Hey there, West of here with Dub Development Consulting. You probably hear my dogs barking because I'm doing this live and just wanted to just shoot a quick message out about something that's coming up in just 9 days. So over the last 20 years or so, I've had primary responsibility for safety and human resources in a number of different organizations, one of those being for a long period of time. And a lot of that time I've had some level, if not primary, responsibility for recruiting and hiring candidates and finding good people. And then how do you keep them on board, whether it's in a small segment of the team or in the overall organization or whatever. So those two things are really there. And quite honestly, most of the time, that recruiting and retaining people, the recruitment retention responsibility really is viewed as a function of the human resource department, if the company is even big enough to have one. Now, in many smaller companies today, matter of fact, a lot of the companies that Cindy and I work with, many of them are small enough that they don't have a dedicated human resource, not even a department of one. They don't have anybody. And that's some of the resource that I'll provide them if it's the right company, it's the right fit, and so on. But most specifically, the message that I need people to understand is it's not just about the human resource person, regardless of how good they are, what experience they've got. It's really, if we want to find great people and we want to keep great people on our teams, regardless of what we do, what industry we're in, it's really a function of leadership. And that's something that we've put a message together around that's called How Top Leaders Set the Tone for Recruitment Retention. We're going to be sharing that for a complimentary session on Friday, February 12th, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to do that because we just need to make sure that folks, especially in a leadership role, regardless of what level, now this one's geared at top leaders, but understand you might be a top leader wherever you're at in your organization. You might have an impact of everyone around you. And maybe it's not a title or position, but you really have leadership responsibility and leadership influence to take it a step further. We're going to be sharing that lesson because we really need people to understand how culture, how the organizational atmosphere really impacts how we attract the best of the best in our respective industries and how we make sure that the great people who are already part of our team really strive to remain part of our team. They're not just looking for, oh, here's another quarter, here's 50 cents, here's an extra buck. I'm going to go down the street and work for the competitor, especially when you've got so much invested in getting them up to speed, understanding your costs. In that lesson, we're going to talk about how to really reduce voluntary turnover. There's a statistic we'll be sharing that really touches on how much turnover can be avoided just by having good leader, supervisor, manager relationships with the team members and how to address that and really minimize that. We're going to talk about minimizing training costs. And really, we'll go into some statistics, not ours, it's Gallup statistics, at just how much turnover costs and how that impacts the overall profitability, the bottom line of the organization. So we're going to talk about how you can minimize training costs by doing the right thing there. And we're going to talk about some key things that you can do as a leader in your organization to really build a retention culture that people want to be a part of, that people are saying, hey, pick me when you have an opening. You've got that pipeline in place. People are wanting to be a part of it. But once they're there, they stay. It's not just this revolving door that's going so fast. You've got OSHA reportables because people are getting thrown out of the revolving door. So we're going to touch on both of those. This lesson, you got to register for it. You won't get the access information without being registered. This lesson's approved for continuing education credit at no cost. There's an kind of an assessment you need to complete. So you've got to take action to verify, yep, you were a part of it. You can get a credit through HRCI and through SHRM. And if you're in a registered apprenticeship role, we've worked with the Department of Labor here in Virginia for the folks in those registered apprenticeship roles, that our stuff can count towards the classroom hours for the folks in those roles. Because quite honestly, as we've worked with them, the need that we saw is tech schools are great. They provide amazing services. But what we see is as folks get their journeymans and work towards a master's license, the folks that are in those apprenticeship programs, they're the ones that are leading and managing jobs. And they need the tools that we can provide that aren't necessarily in the tech school's wheelhouse, because they're teaching electricity, they're teaching HVAC, they're teaching plumbing, they're teaching the skilled trades that are so critical for what we do. But we need good people skills on job sites too, to make sure we've got that culture that retains people, the culture that even attracts the best of the best in our industry. So we've worked, and this lesson will count towards any of those hours, and we'll outline that at the end. And I don't know if I've got anything else I want to share with you here. Oh yeah, I do. So we've rolled out a new digital course that's got 3 lessons that we've customized specifically for a digital product called Recruitment, Retention, and Culture. It's a leader's guide to building a great team. We're going to make a special offer. It's a brand new course that we've put together. We're going to be making a special offer as we share this lesson on February 12th. You'll get a very super discount price and some cool stuff that can come along with it. If you take advantage of it, no sweat either way. You still get access to the complimentary lesson that day, the free continuing education credits, and so on. But wanted to share that with you. So with all that said, and oh, by the way, that lesson is approved by HRCI and SHRM, but also the National Association of Long-Term Care Administrator Board. So special offer on that. But I think that's all I've got on this. Yeah, some information on how to register, but that's in the link wherever you're seeing this video. Hope you take part of it. Again, no cost. And for that special session on February 12th through our Intentional Action for Ongoing Growth webinar series, the monthly series that we're doing, it will be available even if you miss part or you want to circle back. That webinar will be available for a little bit after it. So on the same page, we'll make it available for the folks who register. But if you don't register, you won't get any of the access. Hope you're there. Look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. God bless.